What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Five, and today we's back with another banger. You feel me? You know me, rocking a solo dolo today. Yes, sir. Today I'm doing a reaction video to scary videos on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Let's get into it.
And if you on your pivot, always do for yourself and don't sleep. When you can't give them out, they don't know me. My close friends, I'm playing them closely. Crazy ones who curve me out here claiming they know me. And I can't for them play that bitch like Sony. I think they do the race, I see the law, I get boney. They talk behind your back, but claim they your woke D. Look, ever been that placement, now it's free, my little broke D. Stay down, rubber band to the rope leads. I got this trait pound, couple shots, leave them hopefully. These niggas tripping, man, they really don't know me. They ease up and not taking drugs, I know it might hurt me. No pot, no pills, but
Alright, so today I'm reacting to scary videos, and I came across a small YouTube channel, not really small, 2.4 million subscribers, but they be doing a lot of scary type, you know what I'm saying, on their page. So I'm gonna get into their videos. Which one I'm gonna watch first? I'm gonna watch some called The Roommate. Yeah, this scene got a lot of views on it.
Looking for a new roommate is always a daunting task. Even though you interview and take the time to get to know that person, you don't truly find out who they are until you start living with them.
I would never have.
I begun searching for a roommate after I decided to leave my current residency. I was contacted a couple of hours after placing an ad on the
if she a
Facebook
female,
Marketplace.
we can get into
The message
it.
read,
Hey Chris, I'll be moving out of my current apartment this August and I'm looking to room with someone new, as my roommates are moving to California this year. I'm 27 and I'm currently going to school. When I'm not at school, I enjoy hiking and watching movies. I also apprentice at a taxidermy shop on the days I don't have class. Hope that's not weird. It's always been a fun hobby of mine. Anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. Have a great day, Lunaire.
My first and most obvious reaction after reading the message was to check her profile. She was of medium height, had long, messy blonde hair and green eyes. In her profile picture, I saw her standing with a man and a woman shoulder to shoulder. They each adorned goofy grins and held up peace signs. Under the photo, the caption read, "Love my roommates." I smiled to myself and decided to send her a message back. The sun beat down on us as we hoisted various objects to the second floor of our new apartment. It took us a couple days to get everything out of the moving trucks and into our new place, but as soon as we did, a wave of relief washed over our sweat-drenched and sore bodies. After a couple more hours of rearranging, we each grabbed a beer from the fridge and sat on the porch. We reminisced about old 90s cartoons and what video games we obsessed over as kids, and as the sun started to set, I truly felt relaxed and confident that things were going to work out. A week later, I started a new job for a construction company that was owned by a good friend of mine. As I was getting ready, I heard the front door swing open and walked into the living room to see Lunaire and her friend David sliding in a large box. "What you got there?" I asked. Through a strained grunt, she replied,
I bought a freezer to store some of the animals I'm planning on using in my taxidermy work. I hope that's alright.
I was obviously hesitant at first, as there was no mention of this happening in the first place, but I eventually accepted and returned to my room to continue getting ready for work. I came home at around 9 p.m. after having a couple of beers with friends and noticed that the freezer was nestled snugly in the lower part of the pantry. A low hum could be heard reverberating off of the inner walls. I was curious to see what was inside, but didn't want to intrude on Lunaire's business, so I went into my room and changed into more comfortable clothing. After changing, I came back out into the kitchen and started making a sandwich. I opened the fridge and grabbed what I needed. As I turned around, I stubbed my toe on the edge of the island countertop and let out a long, exasperated grunt. Through my frustration, I slammed the fridge door shut and checked my toe to see if there was any bleeding. As I raised my head back up, I was greeted by a shadowy figure. Lunaire was standing in the doorway leading to her room. The darkness behind her almost seemed to envelop her.
Is everything okay?
She said in a deadpan tone. "Shit, yeah, I'm sorry. I just slammed my toe into the corner of the countertop as I was making a sandwich. I hope I didn't wake you.
No, but I'll be okay if you make me feel okay. Feel
She
me?
said, in the same deflated tone as before. She then turned around and walked back into the darkness of her room. I could tell that she was pissed, so I quietly made my sandwich and retreated back to my room as well, only hearing the low hum from the freezer as I closed my door. I had the next day off, so I was able to sleep in a little longer than usual. When I finally emerged from my room, I walked into the kitchen to make breakfast. As I opened the refrigerator, I noticed that the light wasn't turning on and there was a lack of cold air escaping from inside. I turned around and flipped the light switch to confirm my suspicion. Sure enough, the power was out. Damn it, I muttered under my breath. I walked over to Lunaire's room and knocked on her door to tell her about the power outage if she didn't already know, but there was no answer. I then remembered that she had classes that day and probably wasn't home. I walked back to the kitchen and past the pantry. As I did, I slipped on the floor but was able to catch myself on the countertop. "What the?" I angrily exclaimed as I looked down at the floor trying to figure out what I had slipped on. It was blood. It had started to leak from the corner of the freezer and pool onto the floor. I quickly tried to open the freezer to find out the cause of the viscous liquid, but then I noticed that it had a padlock attached to it. I don't remember seeing that before.
Oh, yeah, it's
I ran out to my car and grabbed my toolbox from the back seat. I approached the freezer and set my tools down on the nearby countertop. I then pulled out a small pair of bolt cutters and snapped through the metal of the padlock. It fell to the ground with a large thud. I creaked open the top of the freezer and was greeted with a putrid stench that permeated my nostrils. I quickly pinched my nose and walked away gagging in response. "I guess I should have realized that was gonna happen," I muttered to myself in between gags. After gaining my composure, I grabbed some gloves from under the sink and started taking inventory. I could see a couple of dead birds and plastic bags wedged into the corners of the freezer. I took each bag out and set them in the trash can nearby. That's when I noticed that the blood was coming from the corner of the larger black bag. I don't know why, but I decided to open the top of the bag and peer inside. I was greeted by large, milky white eyes, a swollen black tongue surrounded by cracked and bloated lips, and the matted hair of a human head. I swiftly dropped the bag and fell backwards onto the floor. My breathing had ceased to exist, and I grabbed the trash can next to me and expelled my disgust into it. I then ran out the door, got into my car, and called the police. As I sat in the interrogation room with a blanket over my shoulders, I couldn't help but think about the face I'd seen. It looked so familiar.
Just gonna throw the bag away. I'm not going to
That's
the
when it
cops.
finally hit me. I pulled out my phone and looked at Lunaire's profile picture. It was her old roommate, the one she said was moving to California. When the detective entered the room, she started the questioning process, asking me if I started noticing any weird behavioral occurrences around the apartment. Yeah, I stubbed my toe the other day and she creepily stood in the doorway. It seemed like she was pissed, but for some reason I had a strange feeling like she was concerned about something. That's when I connected the dots. She didn't come out into the kitchen because she heard me stub my toe. She came out into the kitchen because she thought I slammed the freezer instead of the fridge. A cold sweat started to form on my forehead as my surroundings became blurred. I could hear a low whine slowly starting to cover up the words of concern from the detective. As my vision started to clear, I could see another officer enter the room and whisper something into her ear as he handed her a piece of paper. "Do you have somewhere you could stay at?" she asked. "I mean, I was planning on staying with my parents. They live about 30 minutes outside of town." "Okay," she paused. "Listen, I don't want to worry you, but we found this picture inside of your apartment." She slid the piece of paper across the table, and I immediately felt like someone kicked me in the chest. The head of Lunaire's other roommate sat on the chair. In the background, scrawled on the wall in blood, read, "Love my roommates. All of them."
That's why I'm not doing roommates. And first video, I was like. Second video, it's called I Heard It Too. You know what I'm saying? I seen this before a little bit. I didn't see the whole thing, but from what I saw, that joint got crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I watched the whole thing. Let's get into it.
Sarah! A girl heard her mom yell her name from downstairs. So she got up and started to head down. Sarah? As she got to the stairs, her mom pulled her into her room and said, I heard it too.
Oh, hell no, bruh. There is no way I'm staying inside of a house where there's a demon coming after me.
Stay here and don't make a sound.
Oh! Not the mom? How you just gonna kill dudes like that? My heart would be in my ass right now. Hell nah, bruh. Hold on. You meaning to tell me there's a demon coming after me that knows my name and sound like my mom and you just gonna keep me in the house? Nah, bro, I'm rumbling and I'm running. You coming after me, you catching one of these. You really gonna catch one of these. I'm knuckling off a rip, dog. I swear to God I'm getting bony. Bro, I'm gonna crack the demon in the mid. I'm telling Dukes to come on. I don't care. I'm not leaving my mom, but on the other hand, it's a demon coming after us that can go kill both of us. So at that point, it's every man for himself. I'm getting the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? That shit like, what? Get on the kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm back with the third and final video of this video, you know what I'm saying? Last video went crazy. Y'all seen how it went down. I don't even want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into this. It's called Disturbing True Snapchat Stories. This one I don't even do Snapchat though. I don't even use it. How can I retell this shit about to get weird?
This happened a week ago. Up until a few days ago, I went to a small local gym in my now previous New Jersey town called Black Bear Fitness. One day, I had the misfortune of running into some skinny, awkward, yet creepy-looking kid, probably 18 years old. He didn't look like he belonged in a gym at all. I had headphones in and I was doing my set when I heard him saying something to me, but it was muffled by the music. I was already annoyed with this kid, given that he was breaking an unwritten rule of the gym. Don't try to talk to somebody when they're doing their sets. I took my time finishing my set, and then took my headphones out to ask if he needed something. Then he started acting like I looked familiar, but right away I knew this kid was just trying some pathetic attempt at making friends. I assured him I didn't, but the kid wouldn't stop talking to me. I'll skip most of the conversation, but eventually he actually asked me for my Instagram and Snapchat, weirdly enough, and for whatever reason I gave them to him. Instead of just saying something like, buddy, I'm trying to work out, or I don't have social media. After I gave him my Snapchat and Instagram, however, I did kind of urge him to let me resume my workout. He finally seemed to get the message and walked away. Not without saying bye like 3 times, though.
That night, I got a snap on my phone saying from Sean. I immediately sighed and said, oh no. Just wondering why the hell the kid would snap me. I opened the snap, and the kid was in a creepy, weird pose, face way too close to the camera, with his head resting in his hand and a half smile on his face.
He getting blocked from the
The
rip.
text over the picture was hey with 2 Y's. I muttered the words, what the fuck? For the record, I'm a guy, which made this even more weird. My thought process was, I've had enough of this loser already. I'm gonna remove him and make it clear I don't want to talk if I see him at the gym again. And so I did. I removed him minutes after he sent that snap. I'm sure not even a minute later, again, a message popped up on my phone saying Snapchat from Sean.
Hold on. What was he watching on TV? What the fuck was that?
I waited a few minutes before opening it. This one was even creepier. Now the kid was sitting up on his bed, no smile, more of a surprised, angry expression. The text over the image said, why did you remove me?
Cause you're a weirdo.
Now I went as far as to block him, meaning he couldn't snap me anymore. And that was that. I threw my phone on the desk and sighed out of relief. Half an hour later, my phone goes off, saying Sean added you as a friend, and then Snapchat from Sean.
Keep going.
He actually made a new account. I opened the snap and felt my heart drop. It was a picture of my front lawn. The text over it, answer me, bitch. The first thing I could think of was, how did he find my address? Then I realized, Snapchat made that new map feature that lets you see where your friends are. Somehow I had the balls to open the window to see outside. It was clear out there.
You going out the window? I'm
I
going
shut
right
the
out the
window
front door
and the
looking for
blinds
me.
and started considering calling 911.
Nigga, I'm whooping his ass.
It was the sound of taps on the window. I took a deep breath, and with one swift motion, I pulled up the blind and the window at the same time and pulled the kid into my room by his neck. I punched him in the face a few times before he was out. Now I called 911. By the time they arrived, he was awake, cursing me out, promising he'd be back and kill me. The cops heard it all. I didn't even have to make a case. The kid was an idiot. Luckily, the timing of this worked out well because I just moved a couple days ago out of state. Only thing that worries me, I don't want to have to make a new Snapchat account, but anytime somebody new adds me on the app, I'll never know if it's secretly that Sean kid again.
Just don't use Snapchat. Don't use it. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? That's the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. It's your boy 5. And it's been real. It's been trill. You know what I'm saying? Show love on all previous videos. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on all them joints. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. Stay up to date with every time we upload. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. That's how it go. You already know how we roll. Yes, sir. Gang.
I was sleeping on that couch and now I count 100 grand. When they see you got some money, so you got 100 friends. They be quick to